And click. Okay. Now we're in business. Okay, there's the hunter's blind. Ooh, which means the thing that I walked past is exactly where I want to put that charcoal. And if I were a tiny little prepper's cache, I would probably be past the hunter's blind and over a hill. We go over the hill, we go through the woods. If you hit grandmother's house, you've gone too far. Okay, that demonic noise sounds like a deer, so I think we're okay. And it looks like a deer too. I want to pick up a few of these branches. We are pretty far away from having so much encumbrance that we are worrying about slowing down. I think that starts to happen around 50 kilos or 10 kilograms over. And because I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of charcoal again, I don't mind picking up some more on the way early. What's up, little rabbit dude? What I do mind is staying on a steep hill for so long. Okay, we're fine. And now somewhere up here, I want to say behind a downed tree trunk. Maybe right over there even. Should be our prepper's cache. But let's get a little bit of flat first. Yeah, there it is. There she blows. Okay. Perfect. Ish is so cash. Let's see if I've dropped anything here. This would be a not half bad place to put some things because it's right next to the entrance to the northern region.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. Where's the bed? Barely see down here. Let us place some of these foods. Yeah, I think these airline foods are going to be pretty good preparation for heading north. Okay, other than that, eat you, or maybe most of you, I'm not sure how much, just most. And the bed should be right around here somewhere. Maybe here? You're a workbench, which means the bed ought to be over to the right? Question mark? Don't tell me there's no bed in here. Workbench. If I was a bed, I'd have to be... There it is. That's going to say, how can there be a pillow and no bed? That's just illegal. Delicibear. Okay. It does sound a lot like a... Nope, we want to use the soda, please. It does sound a lot like a blizzard outside. And that I do not like. Let's take a peek. Well, I guess it's also still kind of the middle of the night. So burning time is not the end of the world. Okay, not a blizzard, but too dark to charcoal. Which means... yeah, it sounds a lot blusterier outside than it is. Or sounded past tense. I'm hoping that's not meaning that there's a blizzard arriving. That would be pretty inconvenient. So let's sleep for another hour. If we can find the bed again. Workbench bed should be to the left and down. I can find the pillow, I know I'm close. There we are. Okay. Sleep for an hour. It's probably still dark. In fact, I would guess that... I'd be willing to guess it's still dark. Ooh, and that sounds very blustery outside. What do you think the odds are that it's just wind and not a blizzard? Well, let's find out. And... okay. Well, it's definitely a blizzard, but it's also definitely still too dark to go out. Please be short. Please, for the love of Jesus, be short. I'm still hearing it. Okay, it's getting lighter. You can tell because now we can actually see things inside here. Actually, let's sleep and then see, is there anything errand-wise that we can take care of down here while we've got this workbench available? Is there anything worth doing? Crafting? No, because we don't really have anything to craft with. Don't have anything to harvest. Alright, so let's hope. Hope against hope. Oh. Well, that's nice. Alright, excellent. Let's get this dark bit, which is just past the hunting blind. And then let us continue around that. Well, now there's a couple of things south of there that I want to look at, because I know that there's a cliff, and over there is either a dead end or there is a climbing rope. I wouldn't want to go down the climbing rope. Okay, there's a deer. Oh dear, and hopefully this fog keeps burning off. Do not want it to return with a vengeance. Oh, another deer. Hello. Yeah, that's right. Take those cheeks away from here. Okay. Stick. Can definitely pick up some of these. And I want to say probably right over this hill is where we want to charcoal. Definitely before we hit the airplane. If you hit the airplane, you have gone too far. Alright, now... I do enjoy when it looks safe. And I think maybe right in the middle of this area here. The most beautiful char that has ever coaled. And his name was Aznable. Okay, that is... Well, now I have to try to get up there. Because that looks like it might be a tiny little pass. You're not going to have that huge splotch of unseen region in my game, on my map. Ain't no way. Something dead over there? Is it a person or is it something better? That is a person. And that is a pass. Now, what are the chances that there's a vista up here? That would make my life so much easier. So we're definitely going to check around all of the likely vantage points. And hope that it tells us there's a vista without having to have found the Polaroid. Well, let's see. V is for Vista. Are you going to give it to me? You know you want to. You know you absolutely would love to give me a Vista. But in the meantime, let's pop one up here. Oh yeah. Still going to go around and check for vistas though. Because the vista helps you see far away from you. Okay, that looks like it's just a pass. And maybe on top of that rock. Over here. Okay, this isn't looking promising. And that rock doesn't look accessible, so I don't think this is a vista. Let's just make sure. This little lip right here would be the only chance. Okay, and that's going to be a no from me, dog. That's a little too high to hop. A little too steep, too deep. Which means we're just going around the long way. Shiny. Shiny. Give it a check, just in case. And no. Oof. Wouldn't want to fall off that. Oh. Here we go. Okay. And now let's get this plateau area up here. If you remember the... Ooh, there's a cairn. If you remember that burnt out cabin, there's more region to the right of that. And of course to the left as well. Logan and Emmerich were here. Well, I suppose even in the Canadian post-apocalypse, people are vandalizing whatever they can put their names on. Checked this before, but I keep forgetting. Stick situation is pretty okay. Could be better. But we're nowhere close to desperate. Alright, one thing to be careful of is... we did see those fluffers over here. So let's be a little bit careful just going crazy running ahead. And that's a moose. That is a moose. How do we want to handle this? How do we want to handle this? I'm not seeing any obvious cheesy little spot. Maybe up the top of that cliff. But perhaps we can just work our way around. I believe... does one of these buildings have a basement? Okay, honk, honk, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm leaving, buddy. Oh, shit. That missed. Oh, that didn't work. Oh! Ouch. Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Ooh, everything hurts. Everything hurts. Okay, well... let's, get a little bit of a sneak on. And let's get out of here. Oh shit. Bro is right there. Okay, how fricked are we? We need bandies and about 6 days. Okay. That guy was pretty angry. And we also shot an arrow. Well, we're gonna have to take him down now. 1 for the principle of it, and 2 to get that arrow back. I'm coming for you, buddy. I'll be coming for you. One of these days. Okay, but in the meantime... let's charcoal here. Hope he doesn't walk over. Alright. Where did he go? There he is. Okay, how do we want to do this? I don't know if that cellar is locked. And I can't sprint. Okay. So we need to be careful about this. For starters, let's hit this with a rib. Let's hit this rib with some bandies. Moose stomp attack. Extremely rude. And I guess we could do some painkillers too. Okay. Need another U. And more painkillers.
Damn it.
I mean, I guess that's fine. Okay, so now we're just waiting. Let's see. Mr. Moose, where have you gone? I still hear you. Okay, let's... Can we sneak over into this cellar? It's the one thing I want to know. I think maybe we risk it. Oh, he's coming closer. He's coming closer. I hear him. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Ooh. Never been more glad to see a basement in my life. Alright, but you know what? This basement is making me feel cocky. How many arrows do we want to burn on this guy? I don't hear him. Oh, what? He just magicked himself away and stole my arrow. Ah, what a bastard. Okay. I feel absolutely robbed. Okay, so that's one, and then the other one that I shot went way high. Like, way high. So where were we? We can find the hoof prints. I think we were somewhere over here, right? And we shot kind of in this direction. Okay. Tracing our footsteps. These are my footprints. Okay, something straight and short. Where's that arrow gonna hide? I'm not seeing anything yet. Stuck in a tree, maybe? Oh, there's the moose. What the hell? You were there the whole time, buddy? Okay, we sneak around. We're gonna get this bastard. We got 13 arrows to do it in. As long as we don't yeet any arrows across and off the cliff. Okay. It's a pretty good spot for him to be in, I think. Okay, where are you going, buddy? You getting closer? Oop. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that noise. That sounded like a I'm getting ready to charge you noise. That's what that sounded like. Okay, let's think. Purification tablets. What is our stock in here? Okay, we have food. What else do we have?
Hope I can still eat this.
Food that we can't cook in here. Food. Fire, tools. Floating first aid kit. Take those painkillers, thank you. Flare, that's not going to be helpful. Firewood, hatchet. And maybe some clothing for cloth. Yeah, we should probably check the clothing to see how messed up it is.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, more food. Okay, so we still can draw the bow. All right. So I think we're in a pretty good spot longevity-wise. We can sit here for at least a little bit. All right. Let's go see where this guy is. All right, come on, buddy. Gotta be around here somewhere, right? Did you disappear again? What the hell? Where does this dude keep going? I don't hear any moose noises. I'm wondering... What was that? There's still nothing. I don't see any antlers. Where's my arrow, though? Okay, that first arrow is probably gone. Okay, and... So there's no real way down over here. Okay, never mind. There is a mountaineering rope. Let's pop a charcoal on this. Actually, let's pop a charcoal right here. And then do another one over by the mountaineering rope. Ooh, and if we're lucky, maybe this will even be a vista. And what is that? Is that rope? Not that rope. Is that wolf that we shot forever ago? It might be. I think it is. Wow. That's an interesting find. Wouldn't have expected him to run this far. That's a long ways. Okay, and where exactly does this go down to? And is it a vista? It looks like it goes down to, okay, double mountaineering rope. So that intermediate spot is probably useless. At least for my purposes. But let's get close enough to it that we can scout as much of it as we can. Okay. Not half bad. Let's get this wolf, because we are a tad shy on the food situation, or at least the non-pre-processed food situation. Okay, how's the clothing after that moose attack? Alright, not terrible. In fact, only a few things are looking worse for wear. Okay. Let's just take everything from you. Because you would have done the same to me. Alright, choppity chop chop.
Something's gotta go.
The thing that's got to go is that moose. Actually, we are pretty substantially over encumbered. Probably because of those broken ribs. Almost certainly because of those broken ribs. So we need 5 days of recovery. I don't think we have enough food to last for 5 days. So what do we want? How do we want to do this? Let's see if we can deal with that moose if it's back. And then we can head back to the farmhouse, because if we can get to the farmhouse, we'll be fine. Actually, let's think. We're almost tired. Almost tired. Let's think. Okay, I hear the moose. See how far it is. Oh, also, I couldn't climb if I wanted to. There's the broken ribs. Okay, there's the moose. There you are. Let's sneak, please. Okay, so he's around here somewhere. Can we actually... You know, we might have to let this one go. Because I don't think there's anywhere to sleep over here. Yeah, we're probably going to have to let this one go. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, let's put a pin on that guy. Just put a little bit of a danger mark here. On account of that moose. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's close enough that I'll remember what it was for. Kind of running out of this bow as well. So I do want to head back to the farmhouse because there was either a better bow or... Yeah, there was a better bow over there. And then we can always make another one. We should have some saplings and gut over there that's curing / cured. Okay, all we need to do is hope we don't run into a wolf pack. Although I think even with the broken rib, we could probably handle it. There's enough... It's not windy and there's enough firewood. Okay. Go a little bit farther than Papa Charcoal. Très bon. Right about here. It's probably too early, but it's all right. Okay, I thought I heard something. Now, I do remember this general area from the campaign, and it did have wolves in it. Let's just skirt on the right and get down as quick as we can. We can't go directly down. We're going to have to go around to the east quite a bit first. What do I see over there? There should eventually be a fork in the road, or an anti-fork, let's say. That's where I went up north here, instead of going to where we are. Is that where the charcoal? Probably not. Okay, those bodies are probably where the fork is. Which means we're pretty close to where a charcoal would be worth doing. Okay, looks safe. Don't hear any wolves, don't see any wolves. Okay, before the... No, the fog... Ah, the fog just got here before I clicked. Okay, let's, I think we see if we can sleep for a little bit in the car. It should be possible. Because if this fog burns off fast, then we can come back and charcoal before moving forward. Ah, that's frustrating. Frustrating for more reasons than one. Point of disagreement, I guess because there was some kind of accident. Alright, can we nap? We can. And let's start with 1 hour. I just don't want to burn daylight that I don't have to. That is still pretty foggy. So just hour by hour. hoping night doesn't fall before this fog lifts. Hoping against hope. Yeah, it's still looking pretty foggy. Okay, the fog seems to be lifting. This might not be enough It's probably enough. I hope it's enough. I just want this. The thing I want most in this world is just this one little tap. This one tap right here. And... oh, come on now. This isn't low visibility. Let's think. Guess there's a little bit to the south as well. What to do? Let's think for a moment. What in the actual heck to do? I think we sleep a little bit more. No, I think we start heading back. I think we start heading back because that was an owl, right? Yeah. I don't entirely know what I'll run into on the way to that farmhouse, and it would be probably a good idea to start healing up on these ribs as soon as possible. Okay. Actually, let's snag this little sapling over here. One of the saplings that got away from the massacre at the Jedi Temple. And what kind are you? You look like a maple. Which I guess is alright. Okay. Got you. Just be prepared just in case. You never know what could try to sneak up on you. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a cliff over to the right. I think we're going to have to cross a wood bridge up here. It's just there. Yeah, and then head right and go. Hope we can find a pass. Hopefully we can find a pass that goes down to the riverbed. Because once we're at the riverbed, we should be home free. It's getting kinda dark. Actually, you know, I think there's a waterfall cliff over there, so let's not... Yeah, I'm almost certain there's a cliff here. Let's follow the road. And this, I think, is still too early to turn in. I think we want to go after this boulder. Come on, we're walking over here. Yeah, I'd probably sound the same if I wasn't hopped up on painkillers with broken ribs. I bruised a rib once and that was bad enough. And that bruise lingered for the better part of 2 months, honestly. Okay, can't turn in quite as soon as I thought. Alright, there is a woo over there. It might even be in that forest. So let's keep our wits about us. even extremely far awoos past it. Okay, we do have 3 scent marks, so anything in the vicinity will be hunting us. Okay, and of course the stars come out, and I'm sure that means it's bright enough we would be able to survey, but I don't want to risk it with 3 scent marks. Oh! Okay, yeah, there you are. Alright, come on, buddy. Come get some. Yeah, that's right. Green eyes of jealousy are not becoming. Okay, we're kind of over-encumbered already. I don't think we can take anything from this guy. We just have to, at this rate, it seems, fight our way back and hope for the best. Kind of a waste, but that's on him. That is on our little guy over there. Yeah, we're just going to spend lots of time in that farmhouse. I would love to pick up more firewood on the way. But that would just make us walk even slower. That's not good in this situation. Okay, 2 wolves over there. If we get anywhere near them, I'm sure they'll scent us. If they haven't already. So let's try to go very much around them. Actually, I'm hoping it's just 2 wolves. It might be more. Their little noses are... Okay, that's where he scented us and went up. Their noses are very precise and very delicate. But it looks like we're far enough away for now. You know, I'm wondering, am I remembering there being a house in this direction? If there's a house in this direction, we're taking it. And if we can charcoal, we can't. Because it's still quite dark. Very dark. That went down the wrong hatch. Alright, let's see. What have we got going on? Okay, no house here. Still have that vague recollection. So I'm still holding out for hope. Now, whether it was a burned out house or an interval one, that's a different question. And I'm not going to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything about those wolves. Over there? No, that's a tree trunk. Or I should say a tree stump. Okay, eyes on the prize. I might have seen a little scintilla of wolf over there, so I think we could be okay. Alright, where are we? This has got to be right over... Where has this got to be? Well, I'll note that if we hit a bridge, we've gone too... If we hit a north-south bridge, we've gone too far. One that we've already mapped. Okay. Still not completely sure where we are. What I'm looking for next is this inlet. You might be just kind of over here. Is that an inlet? It actually doesn't look like it, so I don't think we're there yet. Alright, come on. Oh, I hope that's just normal background music. I think it is normal background music. Come on, I know you're up. Is that? No, that's a rock. I know this house has got to be around here somewhere. Let's see if we can get a better vantage point from up high. Okay, nothing yet. But never say never. Only say Nebuchadnezzar. What have we got going on? Any house-looking things? How's that? No. Okay, I think maybe we just head back to the farmstead. That sounded like a deer noise, but I don't really want to risk it. Okay, this is actually probably not somewhere we can get down. I think I may have made a mistake. Okay, still no house. And I don't think I'm risking that, but we can get over here. Yeah, there we go. What is that? What is that lump over there? Let's take a look. Because there's definitely nothing on the right here. At least for a while. So what is... That might just be a little bit of rock sticking out of the ground. It wouldn't be the first time I've been trolled by such a thing. But also might be something laying there. And if it is, we might be able to use it. It's looking big like a rock. Okay, come on. We're walking. I'm still holding out for some kind of a building on this northern shore. That's a hay bale. It's just a... This is just a rock here. Okay, there is a, I think, burned out building there. I don't want to go into the middle of that field. Because I suspect that it might get surrounded by wolves. There's an Owu extremely far behind us. It's probably that pair that we passed. But that was extremely far behind. Yes, we're probably... We came around here. We're probably somewhere in this area. So if that house doesn't show up soon, it's not going to be here. Alright, let's move it. Let's move it. Just enjoy the labored breathing of our protagonist. Ooh, a cairn hidden on a stack of snow. This seems like a very precarious location. Or should you say, precarious location. I promised her we'd build our house here. What, right there on the rock? What is this? A house for ants? Come on. Come on. Let's not break a leg, please. There we go. I'm really loving the crampons. So good. Probably saved my ankles more than once. Okay, this is looking like it might be kind of hard to navigate over. I guess we're alright. Okay, now up here. Do we see anything? Is that looking like a house? Not, well... I can't actually tell from here. Okay, so... But... Not too far from here is our farmstead. I do want to swing by just to check. Because if there is a house there, it's good to know. But from this distance, I can't quite tell whether I was just seeing a weird shape in the trees or if it was really the top of a gingerbread looking thing. Can't delay for too long because we are low on food. And also getting into low fatigue. Okay. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't let you sprint while your ribs are broken. Which I can see it. I mean, you honestly should be able to sprint while that is just a shed. You should be able to sprint while your legs are not your legs are broken, Jesus. While your ribs are broken. It would hurt, but you should be able to do it. What you shouldn't be able to do is draw a bowstring while your ribs are broken. But I can understand why they allow that for balance purposes. Because otherwise you could be completely defenseless. Which would be maybe a little bit too much for an effectively invincible moose charge. Okay. Still looking good. Although, let's think. Let's use our big brains. There were wolves to the north of the farmstead. And that means we don't want to go around and come in from the north. We want to come in from the east. Which means we should cut south now. And then we can head west. In fact, if we use the hills here, we should be able to see the farmstead before we run into it. Question mark? Unless we've already gone too far west. Which I'm beginning to think we have. No. No, it should be past there. Okay. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where I am, but I think I'm sure of where I'm going. We should be... Okay, now we should be something like over here. Remember, we got three smelly marks. And so, as a smelly belly, we want to keep those wolves very far away. We do not see any in the vicinity, though. So, as long as it stays like that, I'm a happy camper. Well, happy hiker. You know how it is. I'm honestly surprised that the phrase is happy camper and not happy hiker. Because happy hiker's got some alliteration going on. Seems like people would enjoy it for the linguistic wordplay purposes. Just to give it a little bit of an edge. And hydrate. Still looking clear. Now the worst case scenario would be running into a bear. There is one somewhere not too far, but also not too close to the southwest. Yeah, we're struggling over here. In fact, I might completely skip looking through these hay bales. Still hear a woo on the far side of this field. Not so far that I can completely disregard it. Crow feather usually means there's something dead nearby. And wouldn't you know it? What have you got? Painkillers. Well, I know how you died. Nothing coming up from behind, I hope. Looks like Dr. House took a trip to Canada before succumbing to his addiction. Right, what are you? Okay, you're a wolf. Let's make sure we stay as far away as possible. And this way. Here we go. Okay, there is our orchard. Where's our grain silo? Once I see the grain silo, I'll know exactly where we're going. Because by the grain silo is our home base in this region. I guess it has become the home base. Yeah, that's not so far away that I could completely ignore it behind us. Okay. Hop, hop. Yep, I'm feeling pretty safe right now. Pretty dang safe. As you do. But who knows what's over the next hill? Could be literally anything. Could be figuratively anything too. Alright, there we go. Okay, overshot a little bit to the left, but not too far. And it looks like it's going to be a safe walk all the way in, which you love to see. Yeah, struggle, struggle, struggle. Okay, actually, firewood-wise, not too bad on the firewood, actually. We're going to need to cook all this meat, make some more charcoal. I guess warm up at this point. That's not going to take much. I hate that squeaky noise. So cook meat, make charcoal, maybe read some of the skill book that we have. We did pick up a wilderness kitchen cooking skill book that is not going to be useful at all, except for fire. Oh, hello. Okay, let's see if we can get inside right quick. Come on, let's. Yep. And whew. Oh, that was.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Much closer than I would have liked. Okay, but we are good. Now, where is that storm lantern? Here. No. Here. Okay. Here I thought would be safe this whole time. Stove. Start a fire. Use one of these precious cardboards. Excellent. So let's just take that to get it out of the way. Okay. Place the lantern. Let's fuel it back up. Let's do a bunch of even more fuel than we'll need. Just to get more charcoals. Okay. Let's confirm that we have no need of this wilderness kitchen. And now let's get started on cooking. Great. And we've got, what, 6 wolf meats? 1. And give me 2. And what a terrible inventory. Give me 3. Okay. And now we're just chilling. And cook. And the next batch. Okay. Food-wise, eat some. Let's eat some more. All right, looking good. We got the drinks. Okay, and you guys are boiling, and you're not going to be done in too long. Okay. You. 5 hours 7. Let's think. Let's think here.
Something.
Here's all our water bottles. can probably drop everything we just boiled. And then some. Because now what we can do is boil some more. Never have too much water. Me. How dare you? How dare you me? Me, you? Oh, what's up? You a Long Dark fan? Oh, well, thank you. Let's see. Just trying to do things in the dark here. Let's think. What was I doing? I was cooking and reading this book in the almost pitch black. Well, I mean, at any rate, welcome. We're in the process of trying to finish mapping out this whole map. But so far, through struggling and much pain, we've kind of only gotten this northern area here. Yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, there's more to it than that. And this is honestly just, the reading books is really just to burn time while this stuff boils. Yeah, I mean, books are good. It depends, of course, on the genre and if it's your particular enjoyed kind of genre. Speaking of which, what's your favorite book, buddy?
Some gear.
What's your favorite book? I'm putting you on the spot right now. And actually, I've kind of put myself on the spot because the next question is, what's my favorite book? And I really have to think about that. What the hell would be my favorite book? Well, I can tell you an interesting one that I've read recently. Okay, well, I mean, it's the kind of thing that it doesn't hurt to just jump right into. So, I don't know if it's on sale right now, but if you can find it on sale, just pick it up and, you know, just hop right into it. Because it's really, it's, you know, games like Rust and, is Rust one of them? There's, it's not Apex Legends, what is it? It's the game with the dinosaurs. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I can certainly talk every once in a while. But it's in the genre of those games where you're basically, your main goal is to consistently acquire enough resources and safety to not die. No, there's a dinosaur game that's like in this genre that was very popular for a while, and I was going to use it as a point of reference. You know, like, look at all this stuff that I have. This is pretty much a storage house for me right now. Okay, let's see. Let's get these charcoals. And our charcoal situation is 17 is a good number of charcoals. Charcoal is what you use to sketch out the map. That's why it looks so patchwork. And I don't want to run out. Okay, let's think. What was I doing? First things first. Let's make sure we have enough water and food. I think we're good for now. Okay. Yes. Maybe a little bit more food. But it's pretty much like, it's a more down-to-earth, low-technology survival simulator. Because the idea is that there was some kind of geological... Yeah. Yeah, I figured it'd be kind of fun to try to make it myself. And that's why it looks so jank. What the heck is that? What is that? Oh, he's still holding the charcoal. There was a weird thing floating around, but it was just bugged. Okay, so we got wolves over there. Let's stay away from them. And now I want to run into the uncharted territory and start mapping it. But I was saying something. What was I saying? Right, so the premise here... yeah, it was not as hard as it seemed, actually. It's really just a matter of make the thing look approximately human-like, and then put the bones where the bones should go, and things just kind of worked out. Well, I'm sure that, so right now, the model is, it's all disjointed pieces. Like, you can tell my shoulders, they're like separate from the upper arm. And so things, connect at a very obvious seam. And that's something that eventually I know how to fix it. But it's a destructive process, right? I don't know how much experience you have in, say, Blender, for example. But I want to get down all of the sort of details before I go and jump into doing something destructive that can't be undone. Oh, yeah. So yeah, so you definitely know, like, it's, you combine all the individual pieces together into one mesh. And that's the step that I haven't done yet. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you weren't here for this, but the reason that this guy got this extremely labored breathing all the time is because I was attacked by a moose, and now my ribs are broken. I've heard of VTube Studio. I thought of VTube Studio, but it seemed like it wouldn't give me the... It seemed like it was more for sort of putting together models, more like a Lego, than doing something from scratch, for example. And Procreate, I've heard of Procreate, but I don't know what it does right now. So is Procreate is that like a rigging thing or more of a texturing thing? I guess is a question. Yeah, and it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. There were a bunch of tutorials. I watched a couple of them, and the one that I ended up following was pretty much just make some, make/find some references for, like, a front view and a side view, and then just model things and just, like, kind of trace it out from there. Yeah, I also, like, probably went a little bit overboard on the multi-streaming situation. And I should be the same username everywhere. Okay, where are we? Let's go to the river over here and do another charcoal. But yeah, so right now, because I decided to put myself through the pain, I think this is simultaneously on YouTube, Twitch. It is on YouTube. It should be. Fingers crossed it should be on YouTube. And also Kick. Because the multi-stream, I guess, OBS plugin that I found supports all those, so I decided, hey, why not? And also there's like another Y thing that I'd never heard of before, so I didn't end up doing that one. But yeah, this is many multi-streams are happening. I mean, sure, if you have a link, actually, if you could maybe post it on X/Twitter. Yeah, I should have an X/Twitter. That would probably be the easiest place to send me a link. Let's see. Okay, where am I? We are here. Yeah, so basically, I got attacked by the moose up here on this ridge. And then I just sort of was in survival mode, so I'm going to have to head back that way. Yeah, so either, a DM, I don't know if you can just DM out of the... So it should be the exact same name on X. Yuchi_tries. I'm pretty sure it is. Why do I hear little paw pads? Okay, I guess my ears were just playing tricks on me. Okay, there's a deer. Deer usually means that there are no wolves nearby. So we ought to be safe here. And that should be right about in this area. Okay, I'm going to continue heading east. Okay, actually, I want to go take a look at that house to see if it's worth anything. But yeah, what general style do you prefer modeling things in? I know there's like the more Eastern hyper-realistic style. There's kind of a Western cartoony style. There's, I guess, also Eastern, the other end of the spectrum. There's the super sort of chibi style. It seems like people tend to go for one or the other. Okay, so this is enterable. I thought it was just a shack. We got anything good in here? Probably not. Actually, this is extremely bare bones. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think there's anything nice in here. Kind of a shame. The bed is the only thing I would want to consider. And maybe Stacy's grape soda. Okay. So that was a bust. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too down on it. Okay, so that ought to be... Yes, that's that climbing zone. So we want to go pretty far this way before we pop another charcoal. Maybe up on that ridge. Maybe even farther than up on that ridge. I think the ridge should maybe be fine. We're not exactly hurting for charcoal right now. Well, we'll go a little bit farther. Just a smidge. Is it? Okay, well that's possibly a problem because I don't intend it to be different. It should have the same profile picture though. That's how you know you find the same one. Really? Okay, well I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay. In the meantime, let me try to not get nibbled on by this wolf over here. Because he wasn't there yesterday. And it's not his birthday, so he can't have any cake. Alright. Oh, I didn't realize it was case sensitive. Yeah, that's one thing that's a little bit confusing to me. Some of these platforms have things that are case sensitive, some aren't case sensitive. Okay. I'm not always on X, and sometimes I forget that it exists. But every day or two at least, I tend to remember about it. So I'll take a peek at when I get on next. There shouldn't be more than 1 or 2 notifications, honestly, so I won't miss it. Okay, let's possibly prepare for a battle right here. Don't like blind hills. Okay, there you are, buddy. I probably should have just let you walk past, huh? Okay, I wonder, can we walk? Can we go places he can't and force him to ignore us? Or maybe even we can... it's mostly sometime, but I feel like eventually it will become more. Mostly sometime just because I'm still sort of getting the hang of things. And I've also recently acquired a temporary custody over a cat with diabetes that I need to take care of. So that takes a little bit of priority. Okay. I think we might have lost that wolf, so let's try back on this hill and pop another charcoal. I mean, I do like side things recently. I pretty much just graduated, so it's like kind of a as a hobby right now. But we'll see if we want to try to make it, you know, get super intense. But I feel like maybe a proper job would be good. Yeah, so I mean, right now it's more of like when is there time available, and hold on, I was just thinking something and I forgot it. But yeah, but basically, I'm not so free that I can you know, do an everyday sort of a situation. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the side hustles, which are flexible enough, will work. Okay. This looks too steep. But it's not too steep. Okay, love it. Love to see it. Where are we? We are here. Okay, so a little bit more. A little bit more. Huh, huh, huh. Huh, huh, huh. I wonder if that moose is still going to be up there. Because I got something of a vendetta against it. Maybe right about here? No, a little bit more. But yeah, it's my understanding, and who knows if this is still correct, is that, you know, trying to make streaming anything more than a hobby is like not something that is worth really the time to jump into if you have any other options. So I think the any other options are the thing that I'd want to go for. But for now, we're just having fun. Okay. Yeah, this is good. And then there's just that one little bit that I wasn't able to hit last night. I guess it was dusk yesterday. Okay. Which is super frustrating. Alright. We're heading, and we're walking, Christopher style. Okay, no wolves here. I'm always on the lookout for a cheeky little wolf. Because, as you saw just now, they do enjoy very much popping around corners when I'm not expecting them. Some might even say it's their favorite pastime. Okay, so I hear something dead up there because there are crows. And let's, right on the top of this hill. This is probably a great place for it. Let there be illumination. Oh, that was almost too far. Almost walked a little bit too far for that. That would have been tragic. Okay, there's the wolf. I think maybe we leave this guy here. Because if we harvest anything from him, one, we'll be a lot slower. Two, we'll have many more scent marks, which will lure things in from farther away. And three, I don't think we really need the meat right now. And four, we'd walk slower. And I kind of want to go through this place with a little bit of mobility because I'm guessing there are still some wolves over in that direction. Yeah. Yeah, we'll hit this charcoal up here and then we'll have to leave that guy where he is. Unfortunately. Yeah, let's just get this. So we want to cross the bridge, go around, cross the bridge, and then a little bit past the car, so we want to pop this last charcoal. Okay. So no rush, but it is getting close to sunset. Okay. You know, and I am curious what the, I am curious what kind of, I don't know, genre would you call it? What style you tend to model in? Well, let's see, so... Actually, and how do you pronounce your username as well? Is it Lunetra? Or is it Lunitra? Is like two separated word names or just the one? It's mysterious. It is mysterious like the moon. Pick up a stick every once in a while. Never know when you'll need to light down a fire. Okay, there's our car accident. So a little bit past it. That's where we want to drop our charcoal. And actually, we can probably head south and get on that ridge too. We'll do 2 charcoals over here. We're almost there. Almost there. Don't make me pull this car over. Clear skies, so hopefully we don't get snuck up on by a blizzard. Wouldn't be the strangest thing to happen. And it's definitely happened to me before. You're right about here. See how close we got it. Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay, now let's head south and get this ridge up here. And that should be, actually, everything I care to uncover in this northern plateau area. And all the other places that we want to discover and survey should be actually quite a lot easier to access. Alright, how are we doing? We split into 2, huh? Let's go on this side. Looks like it might be a little more open. Huh? Unless it just opens up on the left too. Alright, let's give it a pop right about here. Oh, you know what? If this area up here is a vista, I would be so happy. But I suspect that it is not actually a vista. What was that noise? Heard something snuffling. Alright, are you a vista? You know, I hoped so, but maybe over here. It's worth going out of the way. Also, because I think we might be able to actually get that last blot up here too. I had thought that this was just completely covered by rocks and impassable cliffs. But it seems like it might not be. And man, if we could nail this area with a vista, life would get a lot easier, a lot faster. What was that noise I heard? I swear I heard some kind of deer. Okay, come on, Vista. Come on, Vista. Papa needs a new pair of blue suede shoes. And... no such luck, though. This would be a good place for it. I wonder if it's a vista down there. Let's just check that ridge. I know we keep going... We keep mission creeping, but it's probably going to be... A vista is that valuable. It is just that valuable. Here we hear a woo's down there. But that is not our problem. Alright, come on, Vista. Give it to me. Give it to me. How could you not be a Vista? Well, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright. Well, that's just that's a cope charcoal. Let's head back. Because it's getting dark. I wonder, can we hop down Skyrim horse style? Ooh. I feel like that would be very dangerous. But it also feels like it might be possible. Ooh, that feels like a mistake. That feels like a real mistake. And you only get to make so many mistakes. Yeah, the water situation is also not great right now. I think I forgot to pick up any extra when we left the farmhouse. Which is also unfortunate. Okay. Let's just take it nice and safe. I guess the decision on that wolf down there got made for us because I don't think we really have the time to spend harvesting it. Okay, so let's just head over. Hit the bridge, down the slope, and just back up the river. It starts by hitting the bridge, which is going to be somewhere around where we're hearing that waterfall ahead. But probably not exactly there, maybe a little to the left. Yeah, now it's kind of rough on fatigue. Not great. Actually, kind of not great. Okay, that's impassable. Uh-huh. Where's our bridge? Is it this far over? I guess it really must be. Yeah, there's the road, there's the bridge. Perfect. Okay, not the worst. Yeah, this is... well... I guess it's actually not the closest resting spot. Do we want to go north, though? No. No, because I don't remember how much water's up there. So instead, we take it safe. Because nature only needs to get it right once. To not die, we need to get it right every time. And in fact, it might be getting to the point where we switch out this bow. Because this thing is pretty close to being busted. Actually, it's probably got at least a good 10 shots left, so that should be enough to do us at least one more outing, even if things go sideways. Okay, is here where we cut? Ooh, that wolf sounds a lot farther north than I was hoping it would sound. Are we here? I don't think we can even charcoal now, actually. No. No, we cannot. Okay, I don't think we've gone down far enough. Yeah, we want to cut in where the wolf is. Okay. I'm hoping that it will be rather uneventful, but at the same time, based on that Awu direction, I don't think I can count on that. Still only have one scent mark, which is not a lot. I'm actually not too worried about only having one scent mark here. I would be terrified of having 3. Because there's no way we would get through here clean if we had 3. Okay. Get some vantage, see if those wolves on the left are still there or if they moved. Yeah, I don't see them yet, but maybe that's what I heard over to the right. Hey, what are you? You're a tree limb. I don't see the wolves over to the left anymore. Kind of feel like that means they might have gone over to the right. So let's skew left some. And go through these trees. Not sure if this is splitting the baby, though. It was just a tree trunk. Okay. Okay. This is feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty clear right now. And if that's the case, it should be a straight shot back to our farmhouse. All right. Okay, still nothing. Still nothing. And you're a rabbit. So that's fine. Here's the bridge. Rabbits and deer on the other side, so this ought to be safe. I'm not sure if I just heard a bark from very far away or not. But if I did, it's not our problem. Hold up. Click and click. Okay, that's a deer. Okay. Let's get over this ridge into the river to hopefully not have to deal with that wolf that stalked us from before. It might have moved off, but it also might not have. Okay, here we go. And how high is this jump? A little bit too high for me. This looks better. Yeah, okay. Okay, now we're just on the riverbed. Until we hit that left. Until we hit that junction to the left. These are the peaceful moments. Peaceful times that are good. It's the kind of vibe that lured me into playing this game. But then again, every once in a while you will get jump scared. It's got sort of the extremes. It's got the extreme calm and the extreme panic, both wrapped up in one. And like a box of chocolates, you never know which one you're going to get. But for now, we're getting the calm one, which is always pretty nice. Okay, it's still too early to cut in. And what are you? Are you a deer? You look like a deer. Okay, deer means no wolves, so we should be safe to cut in, actually. To cut in early. Because then we can head across the hay bale field. Are you also a deer? Yes. Okay. And our location should be probably right across in this direction. Maybe even right behind that big stone. Big boulder. Okay. As long as we drive the deer before us, they'll get caught by any wolves before we do. Oh yeah. The chillness has arrived. I think what we do to play it safe is once we get back to the farmhouse, this broken rib is going to take about 5 days to heal. I think we just bide our time in the farmhouse because there should be enough food for 5 days. Or if not, there's enough that's huntable nearby. Because it's really killing me to not be able to carry as much as I should be able to. Between not being able to sprint and the reduced carry weight making us slower, exploration or continuing it would be pretty brutal. Okay, still looking clear. And let's think. We probably entered here. Yeah, I think we're still going the right way. And so we came this way last time. So that's why I think that our silo is just behind that big boulder. Okay. Yeah, heck. We have been struggling over on this northern area, haven't we? Well, the middle and south are a lot flatter, so hopefully those should go faster. And hopefully they'll go with fewer moose. Freaking meese. Yeah, this is looking familiar. Okay. We'll get inside, we'll warm our tootsies. We'll sip a Capri Sun. And we'll eat a chicken tendy. By which I mean wolf tendy. And we wait until we feel better. Yep, here's our orchard. And there's our silo. Just where I thought it would be. Okay, there was a wolf in this area before. And there he is. But we don't have enough scent marks to lure him from so far away. Okay. Okay, safe. Perfect. So let us immediately, so we walk forward. That's too far to the right. Bearskin bedroll is in the middle. If we keep going right, we should hit our water stat. Right? No. Curtain, no. Sticks are going to be under the oven. Cured gut, we've gone too far. Water bottle, here we go. Let's get a couple of these. Take a sippy sip sip. And try to find that bearskin bed. There we go. Bearskin bedroll. And it looks like we'll be able to sleep well into the morning. All right, great. Absolutely great. Okay. There is a blizzard outside, which is unfortunate. However, we have a little patio. And in our patio, yeah, we are good. Let's finish reading this book. First, let's read it for an hour, just to make sure the blizzard isn't screwing us, even though we're in shelter. I don't want to get frostbite again. Yeah, again, he says. Okay. Still fine. So, I think we might be able to just finish the book. Assuming we don't get dehydrated first. Okay, we're fine. Complete all research books. That can't be all the research books, can it? I haven't even explored these northern regions. I don't know how that works. But all right, I'll take it. Okay. What's our food situation? Well, it'll get us close. The water situation is great. But it might behoove us to actually go out and hunt something. Maybe we try to keep the wolf population down a little bit. So where'd our friend end up? Come on, buddy. Anything nice in here?
I could use this.
Stay on target. But it said I finished all the books and this is a new book. I mean, I guess my skill is too high to read it. Yeah, so the skill is too high to read it. And for once, I'm not actually carrying a pry bar. Where's our wolf? I don't want him to be sharking around here forever. And I could have sworn he had a friend. Come on, where are you? Well, he's not my problem, he's not my problem. Okay, let's get a pry bar. Oh, it should be in this stack somewhere. There it is. And check that trunk. Here it is. There's the car. Okay. Actually, car directions like that. I just know that this little patch is going to be annoying me. So let me actually come and try to...
Where's the good stuff?
Well, I guess that's okay. Let me go over this way just a little bit. And pop a charcoal. Try to get this opened up some. This should do it. And there's our wolf. Please don't come this way while I'm charcoaling. Okay, that is close enough. There you are. Alright, buddy. How do you want to do this? You want to do this the easy way or the hard way? Easy way is you let me take you inside, domesticate you, and we can be friends. The hard way is you growl and snarl until I give you some impromptu acupuncture. See if we even got a doghouse for you. But I guess if that's how it's got to be, that's just how it's got to be. Come on, bud. We know how to do this dance. Pop. Yeah. Don't say I'm not experienced. Less meat than I was hoping for. And here comes a blizzard. Okay, head inside. Start cooking. And start curing this stuff. So that's there. And start placing the meat over yonder. Okay. So that's fine. Water, got a little bit more meat. I kind of am not happy with the amount of firewood that's here. For starters, it's inventory. Drop you. We just finished you. And we can drop you. Okay, so it's not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. Why does it sound like the blizzard has already stopped? Because it pretty much has. Alright. Let's see if we can pick up a little bit more firewood. Because I would like to spend the evening burning and there's another wolf. In the same direction that I wanted to go find firewood. 2 wolves. Okay, let's not go that way. Let us not. Cedar firewood. Hatchet for 7 reclaimed wood. Don't think I would quite yet. Okay, let's check this shed. I think this was empty. I'm pretty sure this was empty. Yeah, it's empty. Except for a couple of rocks. Dunes. Okay, let us... Let's sleep for an hour. Or no, let's wait for an hour. Because if it becomes sunny before nightfall, I'll start a fire outside with a magnifying glass and light the stove with a torch. Gotta save those cardboard matches. Save them like they're the manatees. And this probably wouldn't hurt to just pass time. Alright, and it doesn't look like we're gonna get lucky. But we can always dream. Yeah, and now I'm sure that it's too late. Let's see. Well, let's actually just quickly check and see if there's any raw food out here. In our storage container. And there is not. Okay. So, let's stove it up. And just burn, burn, burn. Sleep schedule is going to be totally screwed up, though. Completely messed up. Okay. Got tons of water. Never have too much. Okay. Now we just cook. Luckily, we didn't start that with a stick. That would have been bad. And let's hit the books. Just because they're kind of annoying to be floating around. Okay, 4 hours of cook time. Cold. How are you cold, brother? My brother in Christ, how is this possible? Cold, 45 minutes until burned. Riddle me that. Well, I guess we had other things to do anyway. Okay. You're almost boiled.
Too much stuff
You
to
are
carry.
boiled. Entering Waterworld over here. Okay. That's that. Drop all this water because I'm about to get 6 more liters. Okay. And you're 42 minutes, let's think. 3 hours. I think maybe we use this stove light to try and maybe repair our wolfskin coat. Yeah, let's do that. So first we boil you. And then we drink some. And then we eat some. And then, of course, we be merry. Okay, so that's good. Now we walk over to our... Here we go. Cured things. There's a cured wolf pelt. And now we see from here. Can we repair? Yes. Okay, that's nice. Perfect. So you're fine. You are close enough to fine that I don't care to waste, even though I've got a huge surplus. I don't care to waste the pelt or the gut. Okay, now, I think what we do is sleep. ought to be right around, not here, here. Maybe 10 hours? Maybe, probably only going to get about 9 out of it. Let's see how light it is. It should be early morning or mid-morning. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, great. And what's the charcoal situation? 5 charcoals, which gives us a total of 10 chars. What can I do with 10 chars? Probably a bunch. Can probably start... How much can we drop? Well, for starters, we can drop that pry bar. P is for pry bar. Let's see. The torches. We don't need so many. Drop those. What else have we? Clothing. Guess we got some extra clothing. It's really just the mittens. Or I guess the fingerless gloves. And drop a few kilos of water. Probably want to make more bandages. Because that moose was rough. Okay. Anything else to make? Not really. I have enough fishing tackle to buy for now. That'll do there. Actually, keep one. What else can we drop? Drop most of these flares. Sewing kit, even though it's pretty light. The empty spray paint can drop that. What else? What else? Suppose drop the ammo, low chance of actually finding a weapon and having to need it before coming back. Okay, meat is okay. Probably don't need so many painkillers, huh? Who am I, Dr. House? Antibiotics, maybe not as well. The rest should be okay. Tablets are busted. Ditch those. And these tablets are heavy. So let's transfer most. And we don't need so many sticks. Is this really as low as we can get it? No, there's got to be more, right? 8 kilograms here. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of water. We don't need all this water. We only need a little bit. Okay. And drop probably 3.5. All right, now we are under encumbered and looking good. Let's do a loop and hit the northern bit of that field, the field with the hay bales, over to the east. Okay, there's our fluffy friend. And where is his fluffy friend? There is his fluffy friend. All right, far enough away, only 1 cent mark. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, there should be a bridge right there. We want to head to the northern part of this field. And we want to walk a little bit of a ways into it before we start surveying. And we can just Zamboni it. Yeah, awoo, I hear you too, punk. I hear you, punk and Mr. Punk. You're not my problem. Okay, those are deer. Deer being safe. And over by those deer is probably about where we want to pop that first charcoal. on the way back we can pick up more firewood. Yeah, I think right about where that big boulder is. That's the place to do it. I don't see any fluffy things. Yeah, honk to you too, bud. I don't see any fluffy things in the field, so we might be good to just survey to our heart's content. If only we had more charcoal. Tin's probably already going to be pushing it for how long we want to stay out, though. But I hear that they like to push it. So what do I know? There's some maples. That's like free bows. Okay, right about here. Oof. That's scary. That deer sprinting by. And chop. And chop. Yeah, honk to you too, bud. Oh. Could never resist a good stick. Okay, let's see. The labored breathing is kind of driving me crazy. Yep, looking pretty good. Yeah, I think... Trying to decide, when we actually get to that barn, do we want to go inside and loot it? Or do we want to leave it? I think we go inside and take inventory. Let's not go too crazy on the exploitation. Okay. Not as far as I was hoping, but not bad. Oh, it's actually quite cold today. I didn't realize. It's almost noon, so maybe it will warm up. Deer. Deer means safe. We're probably right about there. So let's go a bit inland. Maybe to this shed. And we'll pop it there. I'm a little bit concerned about that birch forest. Because, yeah, that is either a stump or a wolf. I can't tell in the distance. Let's keep our ears peeled. Because if we hear an awoo, that would be pretty telling. Alright, and pop. That's pretty good. And that sounds very windy. Tinder plug and a firearm cleaning kit. I'll take the cleaning kit. I'll leave the plug. My fire starting skill is so high, I don't need the plug to start fires. Okay, and into the birch forest. But this is where we want to stay frosty. Yeah, lots of random junk in this forest. I don't know what that's about. Okay, not bad. Probably could have gone a little farther. Okay, now is this stuff all just grass, or do we have scrub brushes? That's a scrub. And Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? A lot of trees. Lots of trees. And saplings? Ooh, that's a lot of saps. Ooh, that's pretty juicy, actually. Let's just make sure we don't get snuck up on. Green birch sapaloonie. These guys turn into arrows. Which is why they are fantastic. How's this? Not the worst. And this nook looks like it's from the campaign. Is there anything good inside? No, this is a bear hideaway. I hope... Okay, there is no bear. Alright, let's not stick around here for long. Would not want to run into a bear. You don't always have an option. But when you do, choose not to. Alright. We're Christopher over here. Let's go a little bit past the river. Yes, we should be somewhere around here. Actually, if we are, the river's edge might be a good place to pop. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, this should be a good spot. Make sure we are minimally obstructed. And survey. What do we see? Okay, that is kind of exactly what I was hoping for, but I was also hoping to not have to cross to get this little bit over here. Okay. If I pass the cedar limbs, I've gone too far, or I've just gone far enough. Hop. But that means we are looking for cedar limbs. Also listening for wolves. If I was a wolf, I'd be after the cake too. And these are our 1, 2, 3 cedar limbs is what we're looking for. Is it 1, 2 here that I'm looking at? It might be 1, 2 here that I'm looking at. In which case, we need to go inland. Because inland... Yeah, let's see if we can find those 3 cedar limbs. Almost popped this charcoal way too early. This is where it gets a little bit wolf spicy. See those guys over there? Thought I saw a second, but maybe not. I don't want to go too much farther than this. Around something. Once I'm looking for just 3 cedar limbs in a line. Just show it to me. That wolf is far enough away. I'm feeling pretty good about it, actually. Okay, 1, 2, 3 cedars. There they are. Ding, dong, doom. We want to go a little bit past them, just to guarantee that this boulder here doesn't block our survey. Because that would be frustrating. Okay, this is right here. Perfect. And pop. Fingers crossed. And, wow, that kind of went weird. Oh well. I am satisfied with that. And now, on account of low charcoal, we cross the river at the nearest point, and that should be right into another patch of black that we can begin to survey as the master and commander. Use a bit of weight here. And maybe you want to pick up some sticks on the way back. Okay, we cross here, get into those trees. And that should be about the spot to do some charcoals. And hey, if it's not, we'll find out. Yeah, you see now it's in the afternoon, things are warming up, and so am I. I wasn't worried for a second. Okay, we'll pick up these sticks. The easy sticks. We'll not spend the time to break down the branches. Just about every 6 of these should be 1 charcoal. Okay, the question is where to pop this charcoal. Where is this char going? I guess right about here, huh? If I misjudge, we'll find out where we are pretty quick. Okay, just about what I was hoping for. Let's go south. I kind of want to see if I can get behind this boulder over here, which shouldn't be too far south, actually. Maybe just into this clearing. Only 2 charcoals left. Yeah, this should just about do it. And if I misclick on one of these sticks, that'll decide for me. Wouldn't be the first time. I feel like I'm surrounded by owoos, though. And right about, I think, let's say here, and then let's check inside that little, whatever it is. Yeah, that's probably fine. It's just those huge boulders are stopping the survey, causing those little black spots. See if we got anything nifty in here. Probably not. Looks like this is empty. Yeah, that's empty. Okay, so let's head back. Because we need to make some more charcoal. I feel like this is going to be my, not my theme song, but my motto. We require additional charcoals. Pick up some sticks on the way. Something like 6 sticks per charcoal. I feel like I just said that, but I don't actually remember. Let's pop another one by that overturned stump. It should be far enough away. Maybe somewhere in here. We're lucky. But I'm hoping it should be far enough away that the illuminated region is substantial. But hey, who knows? I could have gone in the wrong direction again. Alright, what have we got going on? Some weird textures and some survey. Okay. Yeah, that is just about anything I could have hoped for here. And now, before it gets foggy, let's get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, you know, if I could sprint, I'd be doing it. But we still have something like 3.5 days of recovery to deal with. Out of 5. Approximately. Actually, it should be exactly 5. 120 hours? Pretty sure that's exactly 5 days. Okay, landmarks. Where are our landmarks? I guess just that way broadly. Yeah, let's just take a straight shot if we can. Unfortunately, it looks like our fatigue is going to be such that we wake up in the middle of the night. And that's never a fun time. Because it's like, what the hell are you going to do with yourself? The answer is either nothing or play cards by moonlight. Yeah, this looks safe. Okay. In fact, this is almost to just hold W. Press forward from this point. Let's not forget to hydrate. Man. Definitely going to need a lot more firewood. To the point that I think maybe we even chop these guys up. Hour and a half of burn time each. If it's cedar, that is. Let's see. Let's see, Dar. Cedar limb, hour and a half of burn time each, 4 hours, 4.5 hours for 3. 9 hours, yeah, so that's like 9 charcoals right here. Okay, still walking fast, which means we're probably good for fast walking until 40 kilograms. So we could pick up some more limbs and branches. If we come across them anyway. Which we... And that's a wolf that just appeared, and that's a second wolf that just appeared. Well, I guess we're going around. Kidding me. And of course there's a brutal wind here. Making us walk as slow as anything. Alright. And I'm hoping that's a deer up north. It ought to be. Let's thread between these wolves. If we can, anyway. Man, what a pain. Okay, wolf. And where... Okay, wolf. Okay, there's the top of our grain silo. We want to head that way exactly. That's a little bit too close to that wolf for comfort. Especially if he turns around and heads this way. But it doesn't look like he intends to. That's right. Keep it going, bud. Whoops, that is a hay bale. Okay. He's turned around, but we're mostly past. So let's just head as fast as we can to get out of this area. Yeah, I think we're home free. I'm almost certain we're home free. Okay, let's see. How do we want to deal with this fire? Ooh, damn. If I was over at the building, I'm pretty sure we could light a fire with the magnifying glass right now. Or at least we could have an hour ago. That's gonna be an annoying loss. Very unfortunate. Crows means corpse. That I think is just Dr. House with all of his Vicodins. Yeah, I remember that place. Not getting stalked, not getting stalked. Great. We do hear a wooze off in the distance. That's probably our friends in the orchard beyond the house. Let's just make sure they didn't sneak any closer. They've been... Yeah, I hear you back there, punk. I hear you somewhere. Just make sure we don't run into anything unprepared. Alright, come on now. You can do it. Oops. Yeah, we're full out of charcoal. We're heading up. Yep, I hear you, Awu. But where are you? Okay, there's you. Where's your friend? There's your friend. He's even closer. Okay, as long as we don't faff about, we should be fine. Okay, just wait until that bear shows up. Is that him? I think it's unlikely. Unlikely, but not impossible. Any bear shapes? Oh, that is him. All the way over there. Look at that cheeky little guy trying to hide. Okay.
Feels like night is...
Night is coming. Alright, so let's try to start this fire with the magnifying glass. I think it's going to be too late in the day. But I can always dream. Yeah, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Just got to keep dwindling our match supply. Eventually we're going to run out, and that's going to have a bad time. Now there is still the fire starter. That is also finite. Okay. Add fuel. All the cedar. And probably... I don't want to go too close to 12 hours for the burn time, just because I don't think I can put more in. Okay, let's think. Is there anything that we can do to make the wake-up time align with the dawn better? Really just means repairing things. Like, for example, we could try to repair these socks and long johns. It's probably the best use. Just because it is nice to have a little bit better warmth. And 32% is... it's an alright amount to repair. Okay, let's see. What else have we got to repair? That takes cloth. That's only 20%. That's about 30%, but not handsome enough to tempt me. Oh. I guess that's helpful too. What did that give us? Expert mending. An expert with a needle and thread, your sewing skills allow you to keep clothing in top condition using less time and less resources than before. So 85% base chance of successful repair, time decreased by 25%, 15% increase of our condition when we repair, and a 25% reduction of sewing kit wear. Now, whether that reduction in sewing kit wear affects the fishing tackle as well would be a question, but if it does, that's quite nice. Alright, sleep for 9. That'll take us to close... I did not mean to pick that up. But I guess now that we did, nice condition. You can check the condition. Okay, where did you hide? Where were you? Right about here, right? We're right about here, right? Come on. Give me the spot. You gotta be like this. Is it because I dropped all those torches? Come on. Give me the spot. I just need a tiny little... It's probably because of the torches. Okay, so now that those are out of the way, give me some green. Okay, very nice. And now we can drop the torches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sleep for 9. Alright. Honk shoe, as they say. Okay. We hydrate, we consume, And we listen to the probable blizzard happening outside. Two water bottles. There's a good amount of water. That still has 20 minutes left on the cook, on the burn time. And where's our fridge? Here. Okay, food-wise, still feeling pretty okay. Past time for an hour. And maybe past time for another hour and then sleep for an hour. That should take us right till the morning, if it's not already. Yeah, sleep for another hour. Just for good measure. Pick up the charcoal. Okay, and don't forget to hydrate. Charcoal's how we got 11? It's pretty nice. More than I was expecting. Okay. Actually, grab a save. Nice. Okay, let's close this door, and actually, this would be a pretty good time to take a break. So, let's take a short walk, a little bit of a stretch, maybe get some food, maybe take care of a cat or two. And I'll be back to Will panting his lungs out momentarily. Alright, I have returned. And the cats are now happily eating tuna and some crunchies. And it's not too late in the morning. Let us consume. And then head out and do a little bit more scooting. Okay, we're trying to hit this lower area. How's our weight? We're a little bit overweight. What can we drop? We can probably drop some stuff. The question is what? Because I would like to come back with some... I would like to come back with some more. Put that in the container, in the cabinet. I'd like to come back with more firewood. Okay, what can we dump? What would I feel safe dumping? First this. Ah, yes, all these saplings. That's a bunch of weight. And a bunch of these sticks, too. Okay, everything except for 3, please. Okay, 28 out of 30. Can we go lower? Can we go lower? Not safely, and we'll eat some of the weight on the way. Because it is always better safe than the other thing. Okay. Yeah, it's really just... We are most of the way there, huh? It's really just flat bits left. Very nice. Well, there's a coal bit in the south. That'll be a little bit of trouble. It won't be getting mauled by a moose trouble. Okay, we're walking over here. Yeah, let's go by Dr. House, and then that's kind of a little bit to the right, so maybe even towards the barn. Should give us our line into that black bit. Okay, what have we got going on here? Here's Dr. House. Under his little shack. And there's a meowing cat. But you can't hear him. There are wolves this way, huh? How do we deal with these wolves? I feel like waiting until they leave is not exactly viable. Maybe we go around them? That's pretty good. A little bit farther this way, though. 1, 2. 2 wolves or 3 wolves. Still 3, I think. Okay. Let's be sneaky. And we can sneak this survey in. Kind of hoping that that would be farther. Well, this is the price that we pay, huh? Okay, this ought to be enough. Certainly this is enough. Such a waste of a charcoal. Even then, huh? Okay, let's just go around. Go around, get most of this, they might move off, or at least move somewhere that I've already surveyed. Okay. Listening closely for encroaching paw pads. We want to pop one here soon. We will pop one very soon. One, maybe like at the top of this little hill here. I hear wolves far away. I don't hear the close ones. Sneak this in. Alright, that's what I was looking for. That's what we were looking for this whole time. Okay, yeah, no scent marks. Should be fine. They shouldn't be lured over here. Okay. And this certainly is completely clear. Nothing bad could happen in a farm, right? Let's check these guys. The outbuildings. Not seeing anything. Alright, let's pop this here, see if we can get that barn and all these buildings lit up. Close enough. A vehicle, can you get in the tractor? Is it possible? Come on, there's nothing I would want more than to ride in this tractor. Please let me. If it's possible. Aha, amazing. Okay, this is the first... Oh, and it's got great stuff in it. This is the first non-car, non-truck vehicle I've seen that you can enter like this. A second. It never rains, but it pours. Truly. Truly today is a great day. Vroom vroom. Okay, now the barn. I kind of... This feels like a waste, but... Oh no. This one was... That broken arrow was there before. Ah. And there's some simple arrows here. What a windfall. Actually. Okay, can we enter? Yes. Let's see what we got. Alright. Not looking half bad. We got wood, we got fire barrel, we got an upstairs. Pretty swanky. And have we got something that's going to make me want to wish I brought the pry bar?
This will come in handy.
Yeah, I'm not coming back with the pry bar to unlock that. Okay, this is possibly the most precariously placed workbench I have ever seen. Could use lantern fuel, actually. Scrap metal, actually...
What have we here?
Ooh, and matches. Love to get a good match. Hunting knife is fine. Whetstone is great. Probably has, yep, flare pistol. A ton of flare shells. Scrap metal. And just a whole bunch of reclaimed wood up here. Okay, so let's put a pin. Oops, can I not? Please don't make me die. Thank you. Geometry needs a little bit of work. So there's burning stuff in here. There's a workbench. Anything else good? Anything in the trunk? Yes. What is this? Quality tools. I don't need those. I think I already have a set at the safe house.
Could end up being useful.
No, it couldn't. I do not need driving gloves. Really, well, there's one thing I could use them for, because I think they harvest or cured leather, which can be used to repair the gauntlets I have. Okay, note left behind. Scrawled musings of a survivor who was here before you. As a plant goes to seed in the fall, a period of hibernation sets in until spring. As the weather warms, plant seeds loose... So, plant... This is not a verb. No, it is a verb. It's not a noun. Plant seeds into loose soil with plenty of sun. Keep moist but not wet. If the final frost has not passed, keep seedlings indoors at night. as a single shock of cold can stun, if not kill, young plants outright. Spread plantings out over several months to keep producing into the fall. Green leafy vegetables will survive the following winter indoors. Okay, well that's pretty good to know. Some of that aforementioned cured leather. Flare shell. Lots of flare stuff in this barn. I feel like we're lucky it didn't burn down. Okay, anything else? First aid kit.
That'll come.
Take those antibiotics. Dusting sulfur, take it. Cloth, take it. And anything else good in your pockets? Some wood we'll take. Definitely going to need that eventually. And a dude with a water bottle. Did not need that timber plug. I do not know why I picked it up. And I guess the big barn doors don't open. So then the only exit is the tiny door. Or are there two tiny doors? Cloth. That's an exit. And is this an exit? Should be, right? Okay, yeah, two tiny exits. Right. Let's check the burned out house here. And then we can check the larger enclosed shed. Actually, burned out house. We can continue that way and continue surveying. We'll get the shed on the way back. Okay, anything good inside? Not really. Do you have a basement? You do not. Okay. Not entirely sure what I expected, but maybe a little bit more than that. Okay, that looks like a bridge. That looks very much like a bridge, and it sounds like a bridge. So, it should be a better place to survey from. Right, we got wolves that way. We got wolves back in the middle of that. Just a bunch of wolves in this area, huh? Wait, if that's... What river is this crossing? Where are we? Okay. Okay, so there's a tiny split that I just barely missed a survey up there. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Otherwise, man, where did that water come from? Right, now this place looks peaceful. Yeah, and this is the field north of the town. Although there are often wolves in the town in the northern bit. I don't see them right now. Alright, I guess we pop a charcoal at this swampy bit. And then we can keep heading around that over there. Those tiny little pixels. Those guys right under that tree trunk look like saplings. So let's go find out. That's a wolf. And he saw us. Man, no wonder. This defilade, man. We're always just hiding. And tracking us the whole way, huh? Okay, you know what? Do we fight you? And then bring your meat to town? I think we might do that. Yeah, we do that. Come on, punk. Let's get this over with. Pop. Right through the eye it was. Okay, survey. And then we move on. Pop. Alright, that's just about what I hoped for. I didn't realize we picked up soda. Probably good to drink that first. Okay. Let's harvest. Let's head over to those saplings, fill out that last corner of the unsurveyed map. Ooh, 5 kilograms isn't half bad for a wolf. Hunting knife. Okay, so we picked up a 76. So I hear a baleful wolf over to the left where the saplings were. And we're going to have a lot of scent marks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And feather. I'm pretty sure heading into town is the smart play tonight. It's just there. And it's got a 6-burner too. 6-burner that maybe I even forgot some charcoal. Alright. Okay, we got rabbits, which means we don't have wolves. Those saplings are maybe a little bit far south. Let's go over to this bump. It should be right about there. So we can survey. So we can survey more effectively. Right? And start getting some firewood too. Oh yeah, lots of limbs up this way. Alright, and this looks like... That looks like a deer up there. Hope that's a deer up there. Yeah, it's a deer. Because if it was a wolf, with these 3 scent marks, we would definitely be close enough to lure it. Alright, and... It looks like it is fogging up. We might not be able to do charcoals north of town. Yeah, it's definitely fogging up. Which is unfortunate.
Getting kind of heavy.
Okay, but it's not too unfortunate because we can just pop up here tomorrow morning. Yeah, wolf somewhere beyond those rocks. Actually, it might be right there in the forest. It is right there in the forest. So let's stay away. Pick up these saplings. So deer over there. You know what? This might not be too foggy to survey if we go farther south. Yeah, I want to clear up this bit right before the town. Let's see if we can get over there. Ice noises over on the left. Hopefully not paw pad ice noises. Okay, looking good. Yeah, this has definitely got to be clear enough to survey, right? It has to be. Okay, maybe we do the survey right on this hill here. And pick up some sticks along the way. Yep. This is a lot of sticks. Okay, this looks like a good spot. And we can survey, perfect. Oh, that is exactly what I wanted to see. Exactly. Let's get these sticks. There may be wolves in town. So let's come from... If we come from the right side of that house there, I think that'll give us, or maybe the hill, will give us a view into what I think should be into the town. Towards the community center where our base is. Our way station. Or is... No, that's the church, which means we need to go farther around to the right here. Yeah, we're probably right around here. We need to go farther around to the right and come in from a different place, a different direction. Which also is going to give us the opportunity to pop another char. Get some charbroil going on. But yeah, getting low on fatigue, high on encumbrance. We're going to be slowing down. Okay, pretty soon is the time. Oh, it is fogging up. Let's actually... Damn it. Just got too foggy. Okay, so let's head into town and just hope we don't get seen. How's the bow doing? 22%. Not bad. Okay, I do hear Owus in town. They're probably going to be right in front of this community center. We're probably going to have to fight them. So let's lighten up what we can. Not exactly the best scenario to be in, especially because this fog is probably going to make them... Oh yeah, this is pea soup. They are going to be able to sneak up on us. Because we have, as I said, 3 scent marks. So there's no way we can get by undetected. In fact, I've got half a mind to just wait for an hour and hope this fog lifts, but it looks pretty heavy. Need to be careful because these guys could be popping around any one of these blind corners here. Yeah, that was just a shadow. Alright, here's the town proper. They'll be close. Okay, there's the market. That means that right over there is going to be our community center. And there you are. I saw you, punk. Alright, let's get this over with. Yeah, come on. Come on, let's do it. Gotcha. Okay. Where'd my arrow go? There it is. And now let's hope he didn't have a friend. Because this is not the kind of compromising position I would enjoy being discovered in. Okay. That's fine. Sounds safe. And it should still be light enough that we can navigate inside, because the inside of this place can get pretty dark at night. Okay. Perfection. I'm not sure if I hear a river or a blizzard coming.
Something's gotta go.
Okay, it's not even nighttime, and look at how dark this thing is. Okay, see if I can stumble my way over into the kitchen. Should be enough into the kitchen, right? So behind and left. Candy bar, bed. Hold on, bed. That's not the right place. Freezer. Okay, hold on, freezer. I know where freezer is. Okay, freezer's here. Look left. Range should be right here. That's bed. Where's range? And we don't have the lantern. Where's that freezer? No, this could be the weird bed or the weird freezer that's in the middle of the room. Let's see. Curtain. Curtain. Oops. Let's see. Come on. Man, this damn community center. Okay, I don't know what door that is. I kind of... Well, there's only 2 doors that I know of. And one of them is to an office. Let's leave. We go in the back door. Phrasing. We go in the back door, it should be easier to find our objective. Because yeah, otherwise... Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And this? Locked. Okay, here we go. This should be doable.
Heavy.
Should be straight ahead, look down a little bit, and give me the stove. There we go. Pop. Alright. Let's get down to business. Actually, how much firewood do we really have? Not a lot. Actually, not a lot. But what we do have is pans and pots, which is fantastic. Okay.
Come on.
And you that I forgot to cook, huh? Left it inside this whole time. Still eat it. We'll still eat it. Can't stop me. Alright, water. Do we have water? Freezer. Okay, 5 liters. We probably want some more. Fine spending 1 cooking time of 2 pots. But we are going to need to add some more fuel. Sticks. I don't mind just tossing all these sticks in. Just to get more charcoal in the morning. Okay. And these drawers should have, yes, firewood here. So yeah, that's just, we have coal firewood. That's perfect. Okay. Cook. Cold. As if you're cold on top of a hot stove. And you're not even ready. Okay. More meat. More meat. And even more meat. The meat never ends. Okay, so boil you guys. And I'm pretty comfortable with that amount of
I'm not
water.
sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, let's finish the cooking first. And this is going to be somewhat of a waste. A waste of cooking time, but I think it's not the end of the world. Because, I mean, 10 liters of water, there's definitely going to be more than 10 liters of water by the time we're done here, is absolutely enough for a base. Because that'll last you for what? Probably the better part of 5 days. Plenty of time to find more. Cooking, 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 and yeah. Plenty of time to find more firewood, etc. In case you need to boil more. And cook you. 11, 19. No real loss. Okay. So, freezer, you are going to get most of this food. Yeah, there's the one that was ruined. So it turns out that cooking ruined meat just makes it moldy. Who knew? Ooh, you can't fit in. Let's take the water. Water can go in the fridge. Fridge can carry much more.
I need to drop something.
And you will. Okay, that's good. Alright, now you're just boiling. We're just boiling water at this point. Until boiled. Not cook. Boil. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this guy, and I don't even care about Aurora. Okay, you know what?
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
We are extremely tired. But I want to check... There's a lot of buildings around here. And I want to check them for buffer memories. Because it's a pain in the behind if you want to try to 100% these buffer memories. But if you're already here, you might as well. Okay, what can we drop? What is so heavy that we're carrying? I guess a bunch of this curing stuff. And we maybe even might want to switch out the survival bow. For now, let's drop all this stuff. And even you know what? And you. Okay, still kind of rough. What's up, Molag? Molag as in the Morrowind deity, or Molag is in something else? So you caught us at a strange time. Normally, as I'm sure if you know about this game, there's nothing that works that's electronic. Sometimes, weird things happen at night during an aurora. And one of those weird things is electronics work. Some of the computers in this game have little emails or whatever, collectibles that you can get. And so while I'm in the middle of a town when this aurora happened, I kind of want to go and check all these buildings and see if there are any of these, they're called buffer memories, collectibles. But usually, usually Aurora just means all the animals are on bath salts and they go aggro and try to attack you. Usually. Okay, here we have a computer. And you do. Okay, what do we got here? Forget the peaches and coffee. Your man didn't even make it out here this month. When can I expect him? Do I have to remind you I pay in full in advance for these shipments? I pay what I do here because they are vital to our daily lives, our way out here. In the past, the money was enough to remind you of this fact, but times have changed. It looks like I'm available anytime. Please email me. Phone's unreliable. Okay. Let's scroll. Let's scroll just a little bit. Phone's unreliable out here. Dan Presnell. Okay, let's see. So, oops. This seems to be something of a theme. Well, I mean, so hopefully it's not on my end. Hold on. Could be some notes. This is, I guess, the alternate chat, right? Okay, let's see here. Actually, there's a question mark. Okay, no, you are there. Okay. But as I was saying, whoa, what the hell was that? There's some kind of a glitch or something that I saw. Okay, so let's just do a quick round through all the buildings and see if there are any computers in them. And I say quick, but right now I am bone tired and slow. Got broken ribs from a moose attack. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Just do a quick peek. There's probably going to be some good stuff in the house, but I don't want any of it. Alright, now I was hoping for a little bit more illumination. Okay, it's looking like there's nothing in here. So to the next. There's only a couple of houses that are enterable, maybe 4 or 5. I guess that's more than a couple. But it's not so many that it should take longer than the Aurora. Okay. Next. Here's something. I can't see Jack. All right, here we go. And nothing so far. Okay, it looks like there is a second floor. Let's take a peek upstairs. And do we have a computer? And no computer. What a waste. Oops, please let me out. There we go. And here, and here. Next up, I believe, I thought it was the church, but it's going to be this little guy here. It's this guy, and then I believe the church is the only other enterable building. All right. This guy isn't even complete. So let's leave immediately. And now we hit the church. Yeah, nothing else is enterable. I don't think there was any computers in the church. Or, I don't think there were any computers in the church. But I could be wrong about that. And I was not. Turns out the church is medieval technology. Okay. So now we just go back into the back door of the community center. And then we sleep until afternoon. Lazy Sunday. We hop. I'm always getting a little bit worried when I get hung up on the geometry in this game. It's so easy. when you run into something you think you should be able to just step over. Okay, and wow, this is very bright. Okay. Christmas lights. Okay, that's not even burned down. Okay, there is a bed here. Let's just sleep. Eat and sleep. Alright, where are we going here? There we are. There's a nice little bed. Sleep all night and most of the day. Okay. Let's get that charcoal, get some water. Maybe a smidge more food. Just a touch more food. And then what we can do is head back out over to the... Yeah. We can hit that northern field, go down to the road, cross the bridge, and get the southern part of the... What's the word I'm looking for? And get the southern part of the field. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Bow's kind of getting rough, though. Now this... Okay, I forgot the charcoal. I definitely forgot the charcoal. Every time, man. Every time I'd say, oh, let's remember the charcoal. I don't remember the charcoal. Completely ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, 6 charcoal. That's not a huge amount, actually. Okay. Well, at any rate, let's head out of town to the northwest. Yeah, this should be fine. There's nothing fluffy left up here. I think we went mostly west just now. So let's get maybe to the edge of this rock? Question mark? Or maybe not even that far. Maybe right over here. The blizzard is threatening, but it's not here yet. Let's try here. Alright, that was perfect. I think the next one is going to be at the top of those rocks ahead. How are we on weight? Pretty good, actually. Pretty good on weight. I don't like how foggy it's getting. Or I guess how close to whiteout conditions it's getting. So let's not spend the 10 minutes to break down that branch. Let's just go. Okay, more sticks. Love to see it. Okay, good. And I wonder if we can get up to a vantage point, or if this stone here will just block the vision. I guess it's worth finding out. Unless, perhaps we can go around and kind of Skyrim horse our way up. That's looking more and more possible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got it. Almost. Almost got it. I think this is... Unless... Actually, I'm probably about to break an ankle. Let's go back down. Ah, damn it. I fucking knew it. It was right there, too. Okay. Well, let's fix that. This dude is messed up. Okay. That's alright. And let's just pop this charcoal and see what we get out of it. Okay, you know what? That is exactly what I was hoping for in the beginning anyway. So now down to the road. Man, you know, sometimes, by sometimes I mean most of the time, by most of the time I mean all the time, I'm my own worst enemy. Yeah, so we just barely got the edge of the road. I think. Let's go south of the road, maybe a little bit into this. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the logging road that heads all the way over to the signal hill. Right like this. But we're not going to go that way, not all that way. We're just going to start the charcoal. The snarkin' hole. Okay, we're moving, we're moving. Okay. And just a little bit more. Just to get this party started over here. Okay. Kind of hope for a little bit more. But what can you do? Let's get back to the main road and head towards the bridge. Yeah, right about... I guess just... Well, we'll see what the river looks like. But maybe just when we cross the river is where we want to pop it. A little detour for some sticks never hurt anyone. Nothing wrong with it. You know, as long as we don't end up in a blizzard, I think it's worth chopping a limb. Okay, weather's still nice. Got crows? Where are the crows at? Where are the crows at? Okay, where we go? Here we are. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Top of this hill, pop the charcoal. Hope we don't see a bear. Hope we don't see any wolves. No scent marks, so we shouldn't be getting hunted. And then we can... Oh, we actually got most... We might be able to almost stay on the road completely and uncover this entire area. That would be... That would just be the pinnacle of decadence. Alright, that is a baleful wolf howl. And I am indeed contemplating it. I hear those wolves up in the field. Let's do our charcoal right here, see what we get. Oh yeah. That was nice. And it looks like we want to hit it right where the bend in the road is up this way. And if I remember, all of the wolves are farther north in the actual field, so we should be... Well, assuming we don't run into that bear, we should be safe. Well, let's just make sure about that, eh? Okay, looking good. No wolves. Perfect. Absolutely, as Winnie the Pooh would say, splendiferous. Yeah, right here, and then right at the next bridge. Okay, looking good. And also getting that walking speed boost from being on the pavement. Life does not get any better. Okay, that is... What is that? That's just a light. Okay. Do you need to be pry-barred? No. Okay, are you empty? You are empty. Nothing in the back seat. Oh, some good stuff in the front seat. Actually, I've never seen so much in a single car. Are we going to keep the streak running? Ah, matches. This is the best car I've ever been in. Okay. And right when we hit this bend. And... Okay, wolf. And pop. Perfect. Right, let's keep heading to the next bridge. And maybe even... Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling kind of spicy. Let's dip a little bit south. Maybe we can find some more... Yeah, maybe we can find some more firewood. Well, firewood that's a little bit closer to our route. We're looking for bigger quarry than sticks, though. Okay. Maybe we get this guy. Alright, choppity chop chop. Good for probably almost... Ooh, it's actually getting kind of dark. Let's pop a charcoal at the top of this hill. And then we just need to stay on mission. Did not realize how dark it had become, or how close to night it had become. That was certainly a tactical blunder on my part. Okay. Alright, what is that? That's a deer. Which means we should be safe around here. Oh, that was a pretty good reveal. I think we can just head straight this way. Okay, that Awu is behind us. Yeah. I think we can just pop this charcoal maybe right at the edge of at the shore of the river. A lot of wolves back there. And then anything over here we can check later. It's not going anywhere. Or at least if it is, if it is going somewhere, then we have bigger problems. Okay. Yeah, should be pretty good up here pretty soon. Just over here at the left side of this rock. If there's a view to the bridge and it's not obstructed, that ought to get exactly what we're looking to get. Yeah, we know you're suffering. You're suffering. Alright, this is perfect. Pop you right here, and that ought to do perfection. Exactly what we're looking for. Okay, kind of weird time of dusk, though. It's a little bit spooky. But we should be just about as safe as we would enjoy being. As safe as we would imagine. Yeah, I see a rabbit over there. Nothing bad could happen. Okay, now let's go past this barn. Actually, let's take a peek inside the barn on the way over. Well, you know, it's probably going to be dark. Instead, let's break these branches and head to the main house. We can take a quick look inside the barn just in case it happens to have enough lighting. I don't think it will. I didn't hear something just now, did I? Did I? I guess we're fine. This is bear territory. Okay, I think we're safe. Gotta ride the tractor. Nothing. Okay. Take a peek. If for nothing else other than grabbing the save. But I suspect it's going to be pretty dark. These interiors, well, even though this is a quasi unrefined interior, it's still a little bit too dark to be worth exploring. Take a little bit too long. Okay. Where is the silo? There's the silo. So there is our farmhouse. Take a sip. And maybe eat this ruined energy bar. Okay, it's these sort of just past dusk times that make me the most worried. Just because it's a little bit harder to see things with the contrast. Or lack thereof, I should say. The only thing we need to worry about is those 2 wolves north of the house. Last we saw, they were in the field, so we don't have any scent marks. They shouldn't be hunting us. We shouldn't have a problem. But ought does not imply is. So let's keep our eyes out. Okay. I'm not hearing or seeing anything. But we do want to make sure we go in the right door. We want to go in the door with the little outdoor area, which I believe is this one. Yes, it should be. Because this is... Yes, perfect. Okay, so that means we open this. Our storm lantern is going to be just on the right. Question mark? There we go. Okay. So now we can see just enough to go over and light the stove with, I guess, these guys. We don't have anything to cook, do we? No, we don't really have anything to cook. We don't really have any need of water. We have enough. Let's drop you back on the table. Okay, so just fuel it up. Most of the sticks. And we can drop a few here. Well, we get distracted sometimes. Because we want to get these arrowheads back. 10 arrowheads, wow. We've already dropped that many. And we've got 13 workable arrows, 10 arrowheads, so the possibility for 23 arrows. There's probably enough birch to make those, but we don't need to worry about crossing that bridge quite yet. It might be a good idea before we head up to Timberwolf Mountain, but before then, I think we should be able to last with this many. Okay, just this last bit, huh? I suppose there's a bit here too. Okay, well, for now, let's put a couple of these cedars on. And let's sleep for 6 and see where that puts us. There's an aurora. I don't mind sleeping through it. And what time is it? Still kind of nighttime, huh? Well, I suppose we can check the building and see if there is a computer. I don't think there is a computer here. So we're not really missing out on anything, buffer memory-wise. But wow, that is... That is 2 auroras in a row. Kind of unexpected. Did I really not search the file cabinet? I had to do a triple take there.
Never would have thought to look here.
Stacy's grape soda. The book we can burn. Okay, do we have any computers? And none in here. Probably none in the bathroom, but you always want to check. How about here? Nope. Okay, so nothing. That was 1, 2, 3 rooms. Unless. Is there another room over here? There is. And you do not have a computer. Okay. Okay, how do we want to handle this? Probably have about 10 charcoals in the Barbie. And really, the only place we're missing is this southern area here. Which I think how we want to do it is we want to... Yeah, how do we want to do this? We can go up these hills, or along the, actually, I think it might be impassable eventually. I think we want to go down here until the river splits, and then cut across. Because I know for sure, well, one thing, there might be a prepper's cache up here, I want to check that. I know for sure that we can get up to this upper area in 2 ways. One, from the left. But I don't think that's the way I want to go. And the second way is from the right. I know we can get up there from the right. But I think that might be for tomorrow, or next time. Because I severely underestimated the amount of time that it would take to fully survey the middle of this map. Especially this northern area. So you know what? I think we do call it there. I always want to just double check, make sure, 100% sure, that we didn't drop the save. And you know what? I also kind of want to put some of this, put some more fuel in. Just because I suspect that this is going to take more than 10 charcoal. All right, out and in, get the final save. All right, perfect. And let's call it there, guys. All right, party people, I'll see you on the proverbial flip side. I've been Yuchi, and as you can tell, sure as hell